Hello my floss tube friends, it's great to see you and it's great to be back with another video, although this video is not going to be another update or whip parade. It's going to be slightly something different and I'm excited to get into that with you. But first of all, I want to say thank you to all of you that have commented and given me so much great feedback on my last video. It really makes me so excited to read your comments and yeah, just, you know, the things that you say to me, they're so kind, and I love the way that you appreciate so much what it is that I do. So that's really what keeps me going with this. I mean, I don't think I'd still be floss tubing if it wasn't for the feedback that I get from you guys, which is, yeah, so motivating and lovely. So I just wanted to sort of reiterate how I feel about that, and just to give you all a big thanks. And also a big thanks to any new subscribers, because there have been a sweep of new subscribers recently, and I just wanted to give a shout out and say hello to you, and you're very welcome, and thank you very much for coming on board my floss tube channel. So this is exciting because I very rarely, I'm a very sort of what's the phrase, run-of-the-mill kind of person. I like to do things quite steadily and consistently, and I'm not very prone to coming outside of my comfort zone or just jumping onto a certain bandwagon. I think things through very thoroughly. I think that's sort of in my nature to be that way. And so when I come along with an idea that's a little bit out of the norm for me, even if it's just a tiny little speck of an idea that isn't really much, it, you know, I get excited about it because it's not really quite my character. I don't know if you know what I mean, but maybe some of you are like that too, that you like to wake up and know exactly what you're going to do, and you don't really like to deviate from your plans. I've been working on my full coverage pieces, and they're very large pieces, most of them, since about 2019, and my rotation, I feel now, is getting a little bit stale. And I was thinking in July, you know, I really want to be getting a lot of progress on all of my whips, but as many of us floss tubers know, a lot of progress on all of your whips means a lot of rotating, and it also means not a huge amount of progress on all of your whips, because if you're rotating them and you're checking in and checking out, checking in, checking out constantly with different whips, you're only going to be like kind of, you know, doing dribs and drabs here and there. I mean, many people who know, who are monogamous stitchers, they're the ones who know that if they put one whip into a focus piece, they know that whip is going to get done quicker than anything else. And even though the others might sit there waiting for a year or whatever, their time will come. Right? So, but it also is dependent on character, because some people like the whole dipping in and dipping out and variation. Yet other people like the more sturdy, consistent, I'm on this road and I'm only going to stay on this path. Now, I'm a little bit flitty in my head. I like, and I'm very much a home comfort person, where I like to just curl up and have, you know, a consistent piece that I'm working on. But I can't work on one piece anymore just on its own, because I just can't do it. I have been floss tubed so much with full coverage and how people do their full coverage and all the new starts that everybody does. And I'm always like, you know, well, I think I should just work on one, but wait a minute, what about this one? I really want to work on this one. No, wait, I really want to work on this one. And that's how you go down the path of not being a monogamous stitcher. So, having said all that, right? So, the point I'm trying to make, probably making really badly because I'm all flustered at the moment. I've got seagulls on my roof here, my skylight, screeching their heads off, driving the cat a bit crazy, because she can see them through the glass up there, but she can't get to them. And what's worse for a cat than not being able to jump up and get the birds? So she's just staring up at the skylight the whole time. But yeah, don't really want her to try and climb up to the roof. But yeah, so there's an awful lot of screeching that's been going on today, and I think there's a baby up there, and it's kind of might be stuck or lost. I don't know. There's no way I'm going up on that roof. Hopefully it'll find its way home or back to its mother. But it is causing the cat a little bit of distraction today. So that's obviously made me a little bit, because I'm trying to stop the cat from trying to scramble up to the skylight. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I have been doing Riverwalk Charm as my focus piece. Now this is a Heaven and Earth design. For anyone that's just, first time seeing this video and don't know what I'm talking about, I've been working on Riverwalk Charm since 2019, and it's not a supersized, but it's a regular chart, although it does say large chart on the actual PDF, that's the word I'm looking for. So it's a large chart, and it was about 390,000 stitches, and I have done approximately between 135 to 140,000 stitches is what I've done. So I'm nowhere near a finish, nowhere near. But I've got past the third point, so I've done more than a third. That has been my focus piece more or less since November last year. And everything else has been rotating around that piece. And then November came up to December, and I still made it a kind of focus piece, although I did a few Christmas charts as well in December. And then as from January this year and onwards, I still made it a focus piece. So I've been really good at keeping that one in the picture and trying to get as much progress as I can on it. And I'm really glad I did, because I would not have got to the point I got to now after a year if I hadn't been slogging through it the way I did. Yesterday or the day before, I was thinking, I feel like doing like a little challenge, or, just changing things a little bit for myself, and changing things up to make life a little bit more interesting. I feel like I want a challenge. That's basically the point. After seeing other floss tubers doing something a little bit different every month, I feel like I'm just doing too much of the same old thing every month. So let's get down to what my idea is and what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to actually choose a full coverage piece, just one, to work on for the whole of August, plus another piece which is, so I'm not going to be totally monogamous. I can't go back to that. That's way gone. The idea of being totally monogamous, it's just never going to happen again, I don't think. So I'm thinking one small piece that I can work on throughout August that I might be able to get, probably not a finish, but close to a finish. And it's the smallest piece I have at the moment. And one of my full coverage whips, which you've seen me rotate. That's what I want to work on in August. So that's going to be the August challenge. I got there in the end, didn't I? After all the babbling. So what I think I want to do is I want to work on the small piece, which I have here with me. I'm going to show you now. It's still a full coverage, but it's small, and I think I can whip it up or close to getting a finish by the end of August. So I can rotate this one with my one other whip, and then I will get near to a finish on one, and then I will get good progress on one of the others. So that sounds like a good plan to me. So the one that I pulled out of my cupboard is called Wolf, and it's not a printed kit, it's a standard kit that comes with the flosses, and it comes with the fabric. There we go. Just look at the eyes on that animal, isn't it gorgeous? Now this is small, it is small, and I have already started it. I started it last night. I was sitting in my stitching chair and I pushed everything aside. I just whooshed it all away. Got this one out of the bag and I gave a start. So it's on 18 count Ida, and it's a very sort of stiffy looking Ida. And I got a new start here. So there you can see I got an eye in the middle there. Can I get any closer? There's some nice detail in there. It's a bit dark if I turn it that way. The only source of light I'm getting from here is up in the skylight, so that's changeable because of the weather that we're having is just atrocious lately. Just do not ask me about the weather, because it is a sore point at the moment. It's just, we've had hardly any summer. I think we're just skipping it now, going straight into the autumn. So this one is 18 count. It comes with all the threads, and I made a little new start, and I'm going to continue. This is my challenge, is to work this one for 4 weeks and see where I get to. And I would like to come back and hold myself accountable, I guess, as you do, and show you, you know, how far I've got and whether I'm actually winning my challenge or whether I'm failing. I hope not to fail. July has been a bit of an iffy month for me, to be honest. I've still got health ongoing issues, and yeah, they're just making me a little bit up and down. So I need a good little challenge distraction, to be honest. So rolling into August, I'll be working on this one. This is definite. And this is one that my husband purchased for me. So all the same, it has meaning. So I'd like to get a little finish. It doesn't tell you how many stitches are in these dimension petites. It is a dimension petite. It doesn't tell you how many stitches there are in the piece. I suppose you could look at the chart, because it has a grid on the actual chart, and you could sort of, you know, give a tentative sum. But it doesn't matter. The point is that I do something a bit for fun, which for me, this is more like a fun piece than anything else. Well, I will probably buy a little frame and frame it. But yeah, it's a little bit of fun, and it's something that isn't a hate. Because I feel like my life just revolves around hades, or rather than like the hades revolving around me or my crafting. So to give me a little break, I think it might be a nice idea to do that. But I don't think I can work on this for an entire month without touching something else, because I feel like after a week I'll be like, oh, please give me something else. I can't deal with this anymore. There is quite a bit of what do you call it now? The words escaped me. Backstitch. There's quite a lot of backstitch in this, and it's all going around these branches that are in front of his face. But it's I mean, look at the size of it. It's just a little piece I can stitch in hand. I did have a hoop on it, but actually the hoop was a lot more awkward than just show you how I was stitching it. Stitching it kind of like the Stitching Mummy way, because she is the queen of hand stitching. Which way around is this eye? Sorry, I got it the wrong way. Upside down. So what I do is I'm rolling it up at the back, and I'm just stitching it like that. So I hold on to my piece there, and just, well, from my angle, just stitching like this, just holding on to it like that, because it's so small. It's so much easier. I found the hoop was just not really working, not really necessary for something that small. So my question is, guys, do you think I could do this if I gave it a couple of hours, maybe 3 a day, give or take the odd day where it's not going to happen? Do you think I could get close to finish on this? And now is the exciting part of deciding deciding which of my other whips I'm going to work on alongside this piece in August. So what I did, because I'm so prepared, and I think I've already lost, no, I have all my papers here. So here are the ones that are in the running. We've got the Riverwalk Charm by Ruane Manning, Heaven and Earth Design. We have Home for the Holidays by Thomas Kincade, also Heaven and Earth Design. We have Tree of Life by, I can't remember, so I'll have to put it in the box below, also Heaven and Earth Design. Excuse me, my throat gets dry when I talk. We also have Sad Fairy. She is definitely Heaven and Earth Design. And we have Carriage Park, which is my newest piece. Carriage Park is by Artisy, and it's by Mark Keathley, I think is the designer. I love it. I love it. I could work on that one monogamously, to be honest. And then we have London, which I absolutely adore. London is the piece by Thea Gouverneur, and it is not a full coverage again, but it's a large piece. And again, I've put all the pictures up for you to see what they look like. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I have all 6 of them written down here in these papers, and I'm going to just pick one right now in front of you so we can see. If I'm disappointed now, do I go and pick another one? Or do I have to just stick with the one I've picked? Let's see. Okay, I'm going to pick one, guys. I'm going to pick one. Here it is. London! Ah! I'm not disappointed, actually. Although I kind of really wanted Carriage Park to come out as well, but I'm quite happy to work on London for the rest of August. Tell me what you think. Do you like my idea? Do you like the choice I've made? Are you interested in seeing my updates for this piece for August and this piece, and see how far we can get by the end of the month? So I'd love to know what you think. Let me know if you think I'm completely crackers and I've lost the plot, and I should just go back to doing my normal, steady stitching on the ones that I have in the rotation, or should I do this exciting thing for August? I just like to know what you think. And so yes, get back to me and tell me. I'm keen to know. So I'm going to go now, and I'm going to get started. I'm going to put away actually all the other whips that I have. I'm going to put them at the top of my cupboard, and I'm going to get my London out and this one. Actually, neither of them require Pattern Keeper. They're both paper charts. So yeah, I won't be needing Pattern Keeper for an entire month if I do London, because London is, I'm actually going to bring it over now just to show it to you so that you can see what I've done and where my starting point is. So you already know where my starting point is, more or less around the eye. Okay, I had a little bit of a head start for that, but it doesn't really matter. And I'm going to take London off my, gosh, they look very familiar. They look very similar, sorry. My words are just all jumbled up today. So I did actually get a little bit more done on London last week. I love working on it. And here we are. Let's see, I might have to stand up. Can I get this straight? Which side am I on? Here we go. Up a bit, there we go. So that's as far as I've got with London, and I'm working on this building just here, and I've managed to get the clock done, a lot of it done. So this is the one, folks, that I'm going to be working on, and I'm really excited to do that. So it'll be just 2 pieces for August, so don't be expecting any updates for any of the other pieces, because I'm just not going to touch them. I'm going to see if I can get a good amount of progress on these for the rest of the month. So you can hold me accountable to that, and maybe I should do an update every week, shall we say? So I can do an update. What day is it today? Today's Tuesday, so I can do an update next Tuesday and so on the following Monday, as just give myself a week to do an update so I can show you my progress on both. And the last thing I want to say is you are more than welcome to join me in this particular challenge. All you need to do is pick one piece from your current rotation, or write down in some little pieces of paper a few of your full coverage pieces, or pieces that you're working on, pieces that you'd like to work on, and then pick out just one small that you can maybe get that maybe you've even already started and never finished, or you're still hoping that you would like to get back to, and you can put that into your piece for August. So yeah, so if you'd like to take up that challenge as well, please let me know, because I'd love to hear. I may even go over to Instagram and put some updates on there as well. I'm not very good at updating Instagram, I have to say, but I will make extra effort to go in there and put some updates for people. And also, if anybody wants to do the same as I'm doing and do one small that they want to get finished, or they want to nearly finish, and one large, and that's what we'll be doing for August. So that's it for this video, and I just want to say thank you for watching, and for let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear, and I'm eager now to go and get set up and do a little bit of stitching and get started. So I'll be back really soon. So until then, take care, God bless, and have a great week. I'll see you later.